Alf, I have to admit that as a sports card collector slash speculator slash investor, I am late to the game, very late to the game on the Pokemon card investing world.
I think we're late again.
I've been following Rudy from Alpha Investments YouTube for probably 5 years, maybe 6 years now. And I've really enjoyed hearing his thoughts, different market conditions, this and that or whatever. But I was never really into Pokemon, didn't really understand the power of the overall IP, the global attraction of it going back to 1999. And it was just a little bit after me. I'm 43. I actually have a younger brother who was born in 87. So he was 12 years old when Pokemon came out, Pokemon cards. And he was big into Pokemon cards. So kind of more in his lane as far as the nostalgia and that part goes. But as a collector of pop culture, significant items, as well as significant sports card items and memorabilia, I have to finally give Pokemon their due. And I think just the surge that we've seen over the last couple of months for new Pokemon product has just brought it more and more in. It's just like the thing that's just staring me right in the face. It's been there hiding in plain sight the entire time. And I have not taken part up until the last couple of months. We've been buying some sealed product, just kind of picking my spots as to where I think that there's still some value there, or maybe it could be a little bit underpriced, as well as vintage slabs. So I'm looking for PSA graded vintage, mainly the stuff going back from 1999. And I'm going to have kind of a mixed bag of these things as I'm kind of adding to my positions or collection or portfolio, or however you want to explain that. Now, for sports card people or other collectibles folks that might find this and think like, what is it about Pokemon that is so special? And it's something that, again, it took me a long time to grasp. And I've seen some things develop, especially over the last couple of years, kind of paying attention from the outside to this market to where it's made it more of a focus for me moving forward. For one, the Pokemon show, the animated series, the video games, as well as the trading card game, you have kind of a trifecta of different things that are working in favor of this brand. It is truly a global brand. So I know with sports cards, of course, you have collectors that are in Europe and Asia, Australia. It's global, but it's not quite the same. If you really look at demographics of people collecting Pokemon, it is truly global. And that is something that is unique to this particular area. I also think it's unique to any other TCG. If you compare it to Magic the Gathering or Lorcana or kind of all of these other brands that are coming out and have come out, Pokemon stands alone as kind of the GOAT, the greatest of all time for TCG, trading card games, and just the overall interest in this particular brand IP. You have a combination of heavy-duty collectors that are just buying packs as they come out. Of all generations, I will say, though, it is mostly 40 and under when I'm looking at kind of the age group that's into this. Maybe 45 and under is most, but you do have a next generation of young people that are getting into this. That's always the other thing, too, is this going to be relevant in 20 or 30 years? Is there going to be people coming back that have the nostalgia of opening up packs when they were young? And the answer for Pokemon is yes, because you already do have, yes, you've got the 35 and the 40-year-olds that are still doing this, collecting sealed and so forth. But then they also now have kids, and they are getting into it and opening it. When I look at local card shows and national card shows for that matter, and I see more and more and more Pokemon cards, and not necessarily less sports cards, but dealers are making the decision to go more the Pokemon card side than maybe some of the sports card side. There's a variety of different reasons for that we can get into in different videos, as well as card shops that not only have just sports cards, but when you look at Jeff Wilson at Cards HQ, the front of his shop is all Pokemon and TCG, and that is a lot of his sales. It's a lot of the card shops out there, their sales, and the interest getting people into the card shop. It's a lot of people that are coming there for Pokemon cards and TCG and then branching out in other things. GameStop, GameStop's gotten into this world, grading cards even through PSA, but GameStop sells games, but they're also really a TCG seller. They're becoming a retailer for Pokemon cards. They have done. For the last few years as well, the sealed Pokemon collector base, I'll just call it, and I'm not even just talking about whales like a Rudy from Alpha Investments, but on a much smaller scale as well. You have people that might have 5 or 10 booster boxes that just kind of want to diversify into and have some of that stuff. Then you've got people with 100 booster boxes. You got people with the 3-pack blisters. I've been buying those as well. So you have kind of collectors slash speculators slash hoarders of sealed product of all different types, different ranges getting into and have gotten into over the last few years. And I think that that continues to grow. I think there's going to be more sealed collectors, especially because the Pokemon card sets that are coming out, they're not reliant on a huge hit. In other words, they're not reliant on serial numbered one of ones. They're not reliant on massive hits to gain interest to sell these cards. Pokemon has no serial numbered cards and they sell out. We were just on the website yesterday and I thought that I had gotten 3 booster boxes of the new Scarlet Violet set. They just pre-released on Pokemon Center. And my order went through. I clicked through, but I never got an email confirmation for it. It just got lost in the abyss. So I don't think that I got those 3 booster boxes. And I've seen a lot of videos, kind of reaction videos from Pokemon card collectors and sealed holders for this. And they're shocked at like, how does this happen? This doesn't usually happen this way. And I just think we're in a different time now. Now there's enough eyeballs on this stuff to where when new product releases, we probably have a decent amount of time here. I know a lot of people are saying kind of 2025 is a Pokemon card bull run, bull market, whatever. We'll have to see. But as far as new releases go, there is going to be huge interest in these new releases. And again, it's for a variety of different reasons. You have sealed holders, you have distributors that are not getting as much distribution as they normally did. And so they're having to figure out how to buy on the secondary market. You have rip and shippers that need product to rip. And that's another thing. I think that's kind of a big one. That's the big part. I'm going to do a separate video on rip and ship. These are basically personal breaks. You buy the product and your favorite streamer opens it on camera, ships the cards out to you. And this has become big business over the last, 2-3 years. And from the Pokemon folks that I've been talking to about this, it does not seem to be slowing down at all. And so as more and more people get into kind of the, watching their favorite streamer open boxes, open packs, there is a breaking element to this as well. I know some people kind of get in on the breaking gambling side, on the Pokemon side of things. It's big on sports cards, but I think that there's some people, actually I know there's some people that do that at volume as well. Will that part grow? And if you have more and more people that are out there doing either the rip and ship, kind of the personal break, or buying into the break where you're picking characters and whatever. I'm not sure exactly how that works on the Pokemon side, meaning like you pay X amount of dollars and all the Charizard cards go to you type thing. If you're someone that might be new to this, we'll see how that plays out. But the main point is that it doesn't look like the, watching your streamer open packs for you deal is slowing down at all. So then you combine that with sealed holders, people that want to hold sealed product, whether it's the brand new product or product going back 20 years. And then you combine that with the fact that you've got now a popular live streaming rip and ship industry that is growing. Yes, you're going to run into these supply demand type issues. And I think it's going to motivate sealed holders to continue to buy and hold. And then it's also going to motivate distributors, shop owners, and people that are trying to open a business. If you're trying to open a business in Pokemon now, and I've been paying attention to folks in this world that do already have a business, and what do they all say? They're all saying the same thing. Hey, distribution is not what it used to be. It's not. I used to get, 50 cases. I used to get 10 cases. I used to get 20 cases. And now they're getting, a pittance of that. And the word on the street, or kind of the reasoning for that I've heard from these Pokemon businesses is that there's too many mouths to feed. There's too many people to get distribution to, and the demand is way higher than it was going back a couple of years. We've heard the stories, of course. What was it? Fusion Strike at the end of 2021 was $90 a box. And now, of course, it's $450, $500 a box. So demand just much higher now, and there's no motivation to give out a bunch of distribution. They can just sell it. Not to mention, there's also, similar to sports cards, you have people that are pulling hits out, and then they're sending off to PSA to try to get a PSA 10. That's another thing it's similar to sports cards with new product. You're getting the hits out of the boxes, and then you're shipping off and trying to get PSA 10s and playing an arbitrage game of then selling those off. Maybe you're adding it to your collection, but there's a lot of people, though, of course, that they might get PSA 10s. They sell at a huge premium, and you're going to try to sell those off, recoup some money, and it keeps your hobby going. It's a way to fund your hobby. So Pokemon is a brand not slowing down. It's proving to be multi-generational in the sense that, yes, it was big in 1999, 2000. There was a resurgence there in 2020, 2021. People kind of getting back in and having that nostalgia. But now, as we're looking 4 or 5 years removed from the pandemic, brand new products selling out, the next generation getting into it, it shows you that there will be, most likely, there will be another, in 15, 20, 25 years, these folks that are 10, 15 years old, they're then going to be 30, 35, 40 years old. and the cycle continues, that nostalgia cycle, people looking back at products that are coming out today and being like, man, I wish that I had gotten in on some of that then, just like we all are. If you're a Pokemon person, how badly do you wish you could go back and just, man, I wish I could get EX stuff, that early 2000 stuff, or XY or Black White, all these different kind of sets, not even going back that far in time, 10 years ago, that were just sitting on shelves. And now, of course, that's just not the realities of it. So friends, let me know your thoughts. Sports card guy, kind of figuring out this Pokemon investing space, learning as I go, having a blast doing it, taking in a lot of Pokemon content. Are you a sports card person or someone, maybe you're an action figure collector, you're a comic book collector, and you're looking at this Pokemon stuff and you're like, this is really interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, my friends. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.